Hi everyone, my name is Heather and I'm the person behind Happy Puppy Truffles. Today I wanted to share with you guys one of my Coca-Cola bottle cap figure collections. There was actually a total of 3 Final Fantasy collections. I have this wrapped and saran wrap to keep them all together here. But this is actually the 3rd one, and this was focusing on Final Fantasy X. And there's 32 figures to collect in this series. And the series itself came out, I don't see here exactly when it did. I guess it came out in 2001 maybe. That looks right. That doesn't seem right. But like I said, the series has 32 figures. And there's both a plain colored version and then a crystal version that's in red. And that part's similar to how it was with the first collection, actually, of this series. And so each of one of these characters has a crystal counterpart to go with them. And some of these were pretty easy because you can kind of find some kind of a unique identifier like a sword or unique hair to help you identify if you know the characters well, or sometimes in front of the display for the Coke they'd have a poster of the figures to give you kind of a hint of what you were looking for, which made it a little easy to get. Now the tricky thing about this particular series was that there was actually 4 for each character. There's this one here that's the more realistic version and the matching crystal version. And then there's this deforme style, which is like a chibi version, if you will. And they all feature something of Coca-Cola with them. So they're either drinking Coca-Cola. He has a bottle cap with him, so it's kind of cute. And then this is the crystal version of that. So you're looking at 4 of all of Tidus here, and they're different versions within the series that show all of those. So I want to just go through and show you guys. So essentially what you're looking at is there's 8 characters that are showcased from Final Fantasy X. So let me just show you guys here really quick. I probably won't too much time showing you the crystal ones, but like I said, this is Tidus. He's number 1 in this series, and you can see the good detail. These figures all have really good detail on the face. The jewelry is all really well painted on, I think. You can really see all of the design there, and his sword is so awesome looking there. So that's the one there for that. And then the number 17 for the crystal version of him for this. And then the number 9, which is the deforme version. So it goes through with all the full colored versions first, and then the crystal versions after that in terms of numbering. But you can see how cute he is there with the Coca-Cola. So, and then the crystal version of him too. And the crystal ones have started to get sticky, and that's just with time and all those things. Unfortunately, they've kind of started to get a little weird on you. But so that's the first 2 there in this part here, and I'll just keep these ones out. But then the number 2 character here is Yuna, and I think that's kind of weird. Yeah, for some reason the bottom of her figure is backwards. Just, you should be able to just turn it up like this and see it, but it's actually upside down. So, but Yuna has this delicate staff here that sticks up. And if you could kind of feel around for that, you sometimes could know that that's who you were dealing with, because it's such a nice flat surface. But she's got her beautiful little, details to her costume and stuff there, with a pretty skirt and her bow in the back. And unfortunately, this stuff is pretty hard to get straightened out. That can be a little tricky. And then this is the deforme version of her, and she's, holding an actual bottle of Coca-Cola, which is cute. And you can really see there how her eyes are different colors there, one green and one blue. And that's her there for those guys. Then the number 3 is Waka, and he looks like his cool self there with his great grin and his awesome hair. He's pretty easy to identify because of his hair. I think, you could kind of guess that that's him. But the other really good thing to notice him by is his piece that sticks out here on his arm. That was easy to notice too. And the fact that he's holding a ball. And then his deforme version is also drinking Coca-Cola. And he's got, all those great details on his costume. Such a great series of figures, really, for these. So, really awesome looking. And then number 4 is the beautiful Lulu. And she's sitting there with her cute little guy there. And I love her costume. It's so cool looking. And she has neat hair and stuff. So you could kind of tell maybe it was her. Because the hair actually, her braids are actually separate. There's that much detail into it. It's so cool. So you might be able to tell that from inside the bag when you're feeling it to know who that one is. She looks absolutely beautiful though. Such a pretty figure. And then her deforme version is so cute. And she's got her little Coca-Cola there. And her cute dress. Her cool little face there. And then this one too, her hair is also still separate into 4 different braids. So, very pretty. And then number 5, we have Auron. And he's got his cool mysterious self with his arm and his little sling. And he is pretty easy to recognize because of this part of his cape. So he wasn't too, or his jacket, if you will. He wasn't too hard to identify, I don't think, for that reason. Because of that, you just need to make sure you were getting the right part of it there. But he looks very cool. And then the deforme version is him with a Coke here instead of the water bottle. I love that. They just switched those two out so that he could be holding a Coke. So cute. Very, very cool looking figure there for sure. And then the next one, number 6, is Rikku. Was that her name? Yeah, Rikku. And she, of course, has her cool shorts on and her long pieces that stick out in the back here, those blue trails that come out. And so you could kind of tell from those. She's a pretty simple, straightforward figure, so not too hard to find, I don't think. But very pretty. And her deforme figure has her holding a Coke in her other hand. And you can see a little more detail of her cool hair and stuff there. And her weapon is really well shown here. That cool little blade that she holds in her hands. So a lot of detail goes into these. They're just really pretty and so well painted, I think. And the number 7 is Kimahri. And he looks really cool. I love him. He's so cool looking. He's got a nice, easy to recognize staff here, especially with this long, thin portion here. It's easy sometimes to mistake this, though, for Yuna's. So you got to be careful of that. But he does have sharp little things on his shoulders here, too, to help you recognize him. And his cool claws, just a very cool looking guy here for sure. And his deforme is featuring a Coca-Cola drink too. I love his face in the deforme. It's like, Beauty and the Beast, how Beast is so cute. And then he turns human, he's not really cool looking at all. And then the last character, of course, we have Seymour. And he's got his cool outfit here with all of its glory and his awesome hair. And you can kind of see him from the back, all that detail that's on the back of his, I don't know what you'd call that, I guess like a robe. Beautiful. And then his deforme version is similar to the Tidus's as well, because they're both holding Coca-Cola. You can really see the coolness of his face there, all that cool painting there. And his hair is obviously very elaborate, and this back of his cape is still designed well too. So you get all of these, and you get the crystal versions as well, and it's just such a fun, neat collection of figures for this if you're a fan of the game. You know, Final Fantasy X was a great game, and this is obviously a great collection of stuff here. And you can get, you know, this was part of a promotion, though. You can imagine collecting all these is pretty time consuming. You got to get a lot of Coke. Catching the crystal versions could be a little tricky because most of the people's names are pretty short. So Waka and then Waka Crystal, you know, was a lot easier to notice because you can see the length in the name here. I'll compare them for you guys. So if you're running your fingernail along the bottom and you're like, you know that you have him, but you just don't know if he's crystal or not, you could run your nail across and see, oh yeah, that's a really long name, as opposed to the shorter one of just the straight up one like this. So that was one way that I was able to notice it. I didn't have to buy too many that were wrong. I was generally right on these. So, but this is the last in the series. This is the part 3 one. So that of all the ones that I have, part 1 and 2 and 3. So I'll have some more fun things to share with you guys in the days to come. Thanks again already so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.